Hi, everybody. Just giving it a second for Instagram to pop up. Instagram Live. Awesome. We are live on Instagram. We are live on TikTok. All right. And we are live on all platforms. So, hello and welcome to another edition of Addition. I'm your host, Addie Snowden. I'm a quantum life coach helping you jump into the reality of your dreams. You can always book with me at calendly.com/addition pod. That's calendly.com/addition, ADDITION Calendly.com/addition pod. So I'm going to be talking a lot more about quantum life coaching. I feel like this podcast or live, live stream, YouTube, it's all a mix of it's kind of like a personal vlog. It's a news. I do news reporting sometimes, but I'm really gonna. Today's episode is very much about like the benefits of quantum life coaching, and I'm gonna talk about that. The topic today is there are no rules. So I've been semi-retired for 6 months right now, and I have a lot of insights I like to share with you guys about how just things that I'm realizing about myself, things I'm realizing about the world, especially being all the way in Thailand. I'm on the whole other side of the world from most people that I know. I'm in a completely new culture. I'm forced to get outside of my comfort zone regularly. I'm forced to change my whole routine. I mean, it's 11:17 in the morning right now. What time is it where you are? So, in addition to all the things that I've learned, from the US, from the UK, from my education, I'm going through this new chapter where I'm learning a lot of insights that I really want to share with you guys. I realized this past week how influential this show and podcast is. Um, Sam Altman or someone on his team is listening to my podcast or watching my YouTube channel. Like the tech industry is paying attention. Really big time executives are paying attention, and it kind of makes you think who's actually the big time person if you're listening to me. And it's interesting because people are happy to listen to my podcast, mine ideas, and steal everything right from the podcast and not give me any sort of credit, any sort of compensation. They just consider themselves they're just like, okay, yeah, let's just mine from the mind of this woman, and that's not cool. So if you're a supporter of this podcast, I'm going to let you know how you can support the podcast. If you're actually a true fan, one, you're definitely subscribed to the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube. It's Edition with Addie Snowden. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. The goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers ASAP so I can start monetizing my channel. This podcast will always be free. I am looking for sponsors. So if you work in partnerships or marketing and you feel like your company will align to this podcast, um, go ahead and send that email. You can email me. It's additionpod, ADDITIONPOD @gmail.com. I do check my email every day. I will be very responsive to serious sponsorship inquiries. And don't even email me unless we're talking about 5 digits offers and above. Okay. If you aren't in sponsorships, okay, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, go ahead and 5-star review on Apple Podcasts if you're listening on the podcast player, 5-star review on Spotify. If you're not subscribed to my Substack, it's additionpod at additionpod.substack.com. All of these links are going to be in the show notes. So go ahead and subscribe to the Substack so I can grow my email list. Again, my content is always going to be free, but I very much, because everyone is profiting off of my podcast and my show and my voice and my talents, I need you guys to help me uh, actually recoup the profits from my podcast. Okay. So go now, subscribe to my YouTube Edition with Addie. That's my YouTube Edition with Addie Snowden. Go ahead and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Subscribe to my Substack, editionpod.substack.com. And if you are in marketing and you know someone in partnerships, you don't have to be marketing, but if you know someone who's on your marketing partnerships team, you need to go ahead and pitch me. You can email me additionpod@gmail.com. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to that. As you guys know, I'm 91 episodes in. It's almost 100 episodes now. I've made a lifelong commitment to this podcast. It truly is an art form for me. It's my creative outlet. It is my gift to the world, and I love it so much. And it bothers me when tech billionaires are listening and then just saying and basing their whole direction of their company based on something I just happened to say in a podcast. And am I honored? Am I proud? Yeah, but I already knew that had things to say, otherwise I wouldn't have a podcast. So I don't need anyone to validate me. I'm not just happy to be there. Like, show me the money, okay? Give me the money. Do you guys know that TikTok meme? All right. So we're talking today about there are no rules. So if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen that, or Instagram, TikTok, at Addition with Addie. Go follow me. I also post on Twitter/X. I post on Blue Sky. I literally post on every single platform, Lemonade. So if you're not following me on social media and getting all my short form videos, go ahead. Go ahead and take a look. But I talked about how I was no longer wearing my glasses. And I a few days ago, I kind of had a spiritual awakening. It's been 2 weeks since I recorded my last episode. We went to Bangkok. It was Thai New Year, Siam Songkran. And then after we got back, and I'll talk about more about Siam Songkran later in the episode. And then we got back, and I mean, it really was a spiritual experience. Siam Songkran is all about washing the negative energy, the bad luck off of you. There's water everywhere. There's water fights, water guns. It's really, really, really cool. And I came back feeling refreshed. I came back feeling like a new woman. I feel like I had emotional periods of release and catharsis, and I'm looking at the world completely different. And something that I've always had or worn since I was 4 years old is glasses. Okay. So next month, I'm turning 35. And thank you so much for liking the live, everyone. Thank you. I turn 35 next month. My wife, my dear wife, is planning an amazing trip for me. I'm really excited. But for 31 years, I've been wearing corrective lenses. And if you guys wear glasses, let me know in the chat. Um, but yeah, for 31 years, I've been wearing corrective lenses. Oh, Jay Snow, I see you in the comments. I was looking for you on TikTok. Thank you. I think she said I look beautiful. Thank you so much. We'll get to the whole makeup and beauty later, but yeah, my glasses. And my whole life, my glasses, I felt so insecure because who would who would put spectacles on this face, this cute little face, especially this cute little 4-year-old face. And I'm sure intentions were pure. They wanted me to be able to see the blackboard from the last row of the schoolhouse, or of the classroom. They wanted me to be able to read in all forms of light, dark light or soft light, whatever. I don't know. Or realistically, I was taken to the eye doctor because that's what you're supposed to do. I grew up in England. In England, eye optician, all of that stuff is free. It's part of their national health care, for my understanding. And also, I was always scared into always wearing my glasses because I didn't want to. I was told that squinting would cause wrinkles around my eyes. And literally at 4 years old, I'm thinking about wrinkles, right? It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. And as you can see, I'm not wearing my glasses right now. I'm not wearing my contacts right now. I would be wearing my contacts. My contacts, I was so grateful because I don't have to have this obtrusive object on my face. But the contacts have always caused me to have problems with my eye. I've gone to thank you. Thanks for the comments. Contacts have always caused me to have to go to the emergency room. I've had scratched cornea multiple times. I I know all the things about disinfecting eyes because of my contacts, right? And this is supposed to be something that is healthy. They say it as part of healthcare, and maybe that's one thing the US has right about healthcare. They don't include vision in healthcare, right? Because I can see, I can see fine. I can see perfectly. So my natural focus, somebody said, was wrong. This brings back to the topic. There are no rules. There are no rules, but people like to put things on us to make us feel insecure, to make us feel like who we are naturally, how we were born, isn't good enough. And those are the rules that are fake. And I just want to remind people, like, so another rule that I have exposed is early retirement. Like I mentioned, I'm 34 years old. I'll go back to the video, or I'll link in the show notes my video where I talk about how I retired early. And I'm sure people are looking at me enviously, like, "Oh my gosh, Addie, like, you must be rich, you must be wealthy." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am, but so are you." Like, some of you guys are living um, way more luxurious, especially in the US, way more luxurious lives than I was. I didn't necessarily have the most money in the bank. I didn't even have a car. My song Stiletto Cinderella, I wrote that I was 18 years old. Like, it's almost 18 years later. And I have a line, I don't got a car, or like, I ain't got a car, but I ride a bike. Like, yeah, I don't even have a bike. I don't. But why? So explain to me, like, how I'm able to retire in luxury in Thailand, and you're not. And this is where the quantum jump comes in, because it's all mental. Like, again, I'm a quantum life coach. It is all mental. It is all mental. And also, if even if your head isn't there completely, you can still benefit from the options. You can still benefit. Okay. Like, I can move through something not fully believing it, but and like, I can do it scared, basically. But what long story short, you just have to decide in your head that you're retired. The money will come. Like, we just sold a bunch of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. We had some savings, um, you know, and we just figured it out. It's not, and that's something that I can help you do. Like, if you're ready to retire, and you think it's a financial problem, but it's not. It's actually a quantum reality problem. You're living in the reality where you think you always have to work, because there's people who, like, thank God, bless them, both my parents are retired. um and eh, but most people's parents who are my age are not retired, and it's not because of a financial thing. um, they don't know how to stop working. They're in a reality where they can't stop working. They don't know. They're so scared of life without work that they're scared of what they would do. And there's so much, like, negative propaganda about retirement, like, oh, people who retire die so much faster than people who aren't retired. Like, that is absolutely insane. Some people, does that mean stay-at-home moms who never work a day in their life have a shorter lifespan? No, they have the longest lifespan, and they very much have a job, which is raising their kids. So you really got to question these rules that you're following. I would say the rules that I'm a mathematician by heart. I'm always going to smile when I talk about math because I love it so much. Those only rules that I follow the rules of math, and I'm sure those even have exceptions, right? But you don't have to. Long story short, there are no rules. So everything that you think you should do, and it's like, the should is my least favorite word. It's a very charged word for me. It doesn't need to be a charged word for you. I don't need to be as passionate about it as I should. But once I learned about should, which is basically a word that imposes the prison that you've created for yourself onto you, that's what should is. And you should do this. And so when we tell we should expect other people to use the word should in regards to us, like, Addie, you should do this. Addie, you should do that. Um, that is expected, but to should on ourselves is is violent. It's a violent word. It's a violent word. Um, it's so powerful I don't even remember what I was talking about. Um, but stop creating self-imposed prison, like, oh, I should not be retired yet. And it's like I've heard people say like, oh yeah, I didn't retire because all my friends are working, so I got really lonely and bored. What? Like that is crazy. That is crazy. And that's why you should book with me, Addie Snowden, to help get your mind right. Because, like, you guys, and a huge block is like, I don't have the money to book with Addie. Addie's too expensive. What? What? How much is your rent that you pay every month and have signed up to pay every month in perpetuity? What? How much is your car note? And it's like, oh, but those are things I should pay for. Those are things I have to pay for. And it's like, what? So you're working at a job that you can't stand, that you're scared every day you're going to get laid off, to pay rent in an apartment that you kind of like, kind of don't, and drive a car that you kind of like, kind of don't, and you're still unhappy and you still want to do something else, you still want to be working for yourself, you're over it, you're retired. Like, come on, are you starting to get it now? Like, this is all a creation of your mind. This is all a creation of your mind, and you decide what's true for you. You decide what's true for you, because there are no rules. And in a world where you can create all the rules you want, why are you painting in black and white? Like, why are you staying between the lines? There are no rules. There are no rules. Did Picasso stay between the lines? Did Van Gogh stay between the lines? Bringing up Picasso makes me think about this TikTok that my wife, Jay Snow, who's in the comments, you should go follow her on all platforms, _JAYY Snow, about this guy saying Picasso wasn't actually a good artist. And it's like, my first response was like, this guy is crazy. This is rage bait. But in a world where there are no rules, he was practicing his autonomy. He was practicing his sovereignty. I don't have any Picassos hanging up. And if I had $1 billion, I'm not buying Picassos. I'm sorry. I'm just not. There are other artists I like better. There are no rules. Someone decided that Picasso was valuable, and Picasso is one of the few artists who is appreciated in his own time. I think he's still alive. I'm not sure. He was when I first learned about him. But yeah, like, art is art. Um, you either like it or you don't, and no one is objectively good and no one is objectively bad. Um, I've been playing a lot of music lately, and I could go down a whole rabbit hole about music, but my wife occurred. I was like struggling so much to like play a song confidently all in one go in one take, and my wife was like, they're not doing that, right? They're like pausing in the studio and chopping it up together and picking like the best pieces here and the best pieces there, and they may not even be playing. Like, I had thought I was a bad guitar player, right? Because I thought, I just assumed everything that I was watching on TV was real. It's like, I found out recently, like, for lip syncing at a concert, like, they record another version of the song that sounds like it's being sung at the concert so the artist can still lip sync. Like, I almost called this episode Everything is Fake, but I prefer There Are No Rules, because that's more of a positive spin on it. But, like, stop. It's hard, because it's like, when we're in it, when we're in that job, when we're in school, like, I mean, years, decades of conditioning is put on us to think a certain way. Sorry, I'm gonna take a sip of my Thai kombucha. This is my little Thai kombucha. So yeah, it's like, in a world where there are no rules, why are you being so rigid? In a world where there are no rules, why are you being so rigid? And I think part of like my superpower and my ability to coach, and what keeps, you know, why you should work with me, because you don't have to like take it with a grain of salt. Like, truly, I have experienced what was supposed to be the worst thing that ever happened. I got expelled from high school. I was homeless for months. I've been institutionalized. Like, Um, I've been in a whole bunch of bad scenarios, and here I am, right, retired in Thailand, right, with my beautiful wife and our precious cat. I'm currently not talking to my parents, um, or grandparents. Oh, my wife says she doesn't think I'm live on TikTok, but I definitely am. I don't. Let me start TikTok over, maybe. Okay. I'm definitely live on TikTok, boo. I'm seeing people in it. Let me know if you're still not seeing me, and I'll go back. Okay. But yeah, what I'm going through, like, you go and look at how many people I follow on social media. Like, the friends count is very low. Like, I don't have people that I call or text like that for real. Like, you're really lucky. Like, if you even have my phone number, I've changed it so many times. Like, so it's like I'm living all the things that people say like you shouldn't want. Like, you gotta have the perfect relationship with your family. You gotta have the perfect friend circle. You gotta have. I'm unemployed. I don't have a job. I don't have a job. I employ myself, and my wife, and I'm so grateful for that ability. You know what I mean? We work together, and it's like someone said that can't do that. Also, I'm a woman, right? People say women can't do that. Women can't be a provider. Women can't earn money. Women can't be successful. All of that stuff is BS, you guys. All of that stuff is not real. It's not real. Just like it's as real as my glasses that I never needed to wear. I spent I I'm gonna link that video of the glasses. It's like between the Prada prescription sunglasses, the other Italian designer spectacles, and the bags and bags of daily contacts. That was probably, at least without insurance, probably 5 grand of materials of just eye correction. It's absolutely insane. So book with me. Long story short, I've never really given you guys like a solid. Okay, I'm gonna end my TikTok live and restart it. Okay, I'm gonna restart my live. All right, let's go live again. Love that they keep all the. Okay, all right. So I'm back live again on TikTok. So anyway, long story short, you need to book with me so I could change your life. Um, I didn't know that I could jump into the reality of my dreams. I had a coworker ask has to be like, what do you know about quantum coaching? Like, what are your qualifications? Do you have a certification? How's this for a certification? I jumped into the reality of my dreams. While we're still living in Atlanta, I showed you guys that photo of Jolene and I in the yoga wear, um, on a in a villa, and that we didn't even know this house that we lived in existed yet. And it's like we're about to be on TV next week. I guess in 8 days, we finally have our Pictionary airing. We just got casted for another TV show. I'm not going to tell you guys what that is. Like, I'm living my dreams. So if you want to get like me, like, you're not going to find the playbook online somewhere. You got to talk to me, and I'll quantum jump you. And yeah, it's going to be an investment, but like I said, all my corrective lenses were $5,000. Like, just for something that wasn't even real. This is actually going to change your life. So thanks for listening to that. That's the subject. So the career segment, have we finished the 15 commitments of conscious leadership yet, you guys? Let me go to my notes because I'm like, what is a career? And I want, if you have career questions, feel free to ask me in a chat. Um, that may be what the career segment turns into. I think I did commit 15. Yeah, I did. We're done with 15 commitments of conscious leadership. So if you have career questions, feel free to send them to me in the chat. Um, I don't have too much to talk about career right now today, but I will talk about what I'm geeked out about this week. So, what I'm geeked out about this week was, well, I mean, just kind of want to tell you about Bangkok. So, Julene and I had never been to Bangkok. We had flown into the Bangkok airport when we came for our honeymoon, and we came to Phuket, Thailand for our honeymoon. We flew into Bangkok, and then we flew into Phuket airport. We did not leave the Bangkok airport, even though we were there for like 12 hours. We hadn't booked our flight in advance to Phuket, so we had to wait there forever. We were scared. We were scared to leave the airport. You guys, Bangkok is like a mid-sized city. Like, it's very, like, I don't know what the marketing of Bangkok is with the hangover and stuff like that. Like, Bangkok is very chill. It's very, very, very chill. Very, it was busy because it was New Year's, but, and there was a lot of tourists in town and things like that, but it was very mild. Very, very, very mild. So, sorry, I'm hearing some sound really loudly in the background, even with my noise canceling earphones. But that's okay. I just gotta ignore it. But anyway, so Bangkok is not Bangkok dangerous, you guys. Bangkok is just chill. We stayed at this lovely hotel, but they don't speak English as much there, so that's the main difference between Phuket and Bangkok. They don't speak as much English in Bangkok. They whip out the translators. Where in Phuket, people speak English here for the most part. They can at least get by, and the food the food was way more exotic in Bangkok, whereas Phuket, I feel like, the food is a bit more westernized. I'll be honest with you, for sure. And also, everyone wanted to take our photo, and I don't know. And part of this is like we are influencers, and it's like I'm sure on some level we are getting recognized, but part of it is just because we're young, beautiful Black women, right? So we have now decided that, and we always say no for the most part. We said one time, but because I mean, I personally believe that a photo does take a piece of your soul, and like it has to be a positive, energetic exchange to even do a photo. So you got to put a price on it. So we're now charging for photos in Thailand based on our experience in Bangkok, because we got so many people who wanted to take pictures with us. Um, but all in all, Bangkok was really fun. But we love Phuket. Like, probably have no like. I'm not going to look for a reason to go back to Bangkok. Um, Maybe to see temples or like historical stuff, but I just didn't see that kind of stuff while I was there. So that was Bangkok. But in terms of the Siam Songkran Festival in itself, that was an amazing time. That was a really cool festival. It was really well run. It was something where we truly felt like it was a Thai event and we were there, as opposed to a Farang, Farang, which in general means like foreigner, Westerner. Um, like, where, because there are way more foreigners here in Phuket. So we got to actually have a Thai experience. It was really cool. So yeah, that's what I'm geeked out about this week. Jason says it's an investment in your life, your soul, and you. Thank you so much. Yes. Book with me, calendly.com/edition pod, calendly.com/ADDITIONPOD. I should have been a spelling bee champ. All right, guys. So I'm not seeing any career questions. Let me just scroll through the comments just to make sure. And I feel you, because F a career right now. Like, I don't know what's going on in the stock market. I don't know what's going on in the hiring industry. Like, even like stable government jobs aren't even good anymore. You got to rethink even what the word career is. Seems like the word career was created to get us to do some shoulding. I should go to college. I should go to grad school. I should care about my resume. I should care about references. I should not be bothered by 5 rounds of interviews, all of that stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. You got to have some respect for yourself. I think I want to end this episode on a tweet. So I'm one of the few Black people still left on X. So let me pull this tweet up. I am on X at Addie Adewusi for my personal X, at Edition Pod for the podcast. So let me find the tweet. It was so good. And I forgot this was my career segment. Okay. So how do I go to my liked? I don't even know how to use the app, you guys. Okay, here it is. Likes. All right. Okay. This guy called Tim Denning posted this epic tweet. I know nothing about him except that he's trying to sell his ebook, just like everyone's trying to sell everything out here. I wish I could I guess you guys can still see me on TikTok. Okay. So he said, Tim Denning said, I left corporate at 34. Relatable, right? Here are 34 controversial truths about millennial workers that'll piss you off. Oh, sorry. No cursing. Sorry. Um, and that's the tweet. And he has 34 things that are truths about millennial workers. So, one, we're not passionate about a job. We just pretend to be until we can get the F out of there. That's number one. Two, we don't believe in climbing the corporate ladder, get a degree, work 40 years, retire, and unalive. This does not motivate us or anyone else. Three, our number one dream is to be a creator with a YouTube channel. This has replaced the corporate regime forever. Yes. Shout out to YouTube. Okay. Four, when you force us to work from an office 5 days a week, it hurts mothers the most. So us parents milk you for the maternity leave, then quit when we return to work. Mothers, parents, let me know in the comments if that's true. Okay. 5, we're talking to recruiters and hiring managers on LinkedIn every day. We have options. Yeah, that's true. And I would say we're batting them off like a stick and their offers are terrible. Okay. 6, we know that in a recession, you will do mass layoffs and fire good people. So we don't trust you. Yeah. Amen. Okay. 7, we see most CEOs as politicians we can't trust because they are. 8, we want to mouth off on social media and we know employers are paying attention. What I'm doing right now. Freedom of speech. We know, freedom of speech is better than DE&I safety culture. I don't know what he means like that. Again, this is X. I don't necessarily support that because I don't know what he means by that. 9, we couldn't give an F about years of experience. Results over credentials. Okay, I'm having some buffering issues. Okay. I don't know why I'm breaking up. What's going on? Why is this? I'm sorry. Sometimes the stuff that I say is too real and they are buffering me. I'm sorry. As soon as I close the tweet, I'm in real time again. Okay. So I guess that was enough of those truths. I'm going to link the whole X thread in the comments or in the show notes so you can read it all for yourself. Obviously, the internet doesn't want me spreading this. So is that funny? But that was the career segment this week. All right. Well, I love you guys. I will see you next time. Thanks for letting me have a 2-week break. And I'll be back next Tuesday.